And I've got time. I got
kill those traitors in Sunfall more decisively than any army.
And there's the jail. Ah, it's upstairs. Oh. Pardon me?
We are paying for Sun King Duran's sins.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no... Hi there, Outlander. Name is Vilgun. Did you come to the city looking for work? Oh, good shards. Enough to buy garb more becoming of your...
Okay, stop there if you want me to hear you out.
I only meant a well-molded woman such as you. I heard an interesting rumor about a Banuk camp. Tame machines, the rumor said. So I hired men to investigate. Just investigate, that's all. Those Banuk are canny. Too canny.
Hot.
I paid up front. Well,
canny indeed.
I've had no word back.
So now you're hiring someone to find the last men you hired.
They're a sunk cost. This rumor's worth more to me.
So is there any more to the rumor about this camp?
The last bunch just wanted to know about the reward. Hey, you're a smart one. This camp isn't even big enough for a name up where the snow won't thaw. They say the Banuk there live alongside machines. Peaceful as you like. Keep them, use them, sing to them. If it's true, if we learned how they do it, think how valuable that would be to all the tribes.
When you say valuable, you mean they pay you for it.
Girl, I'm not made of straw.
Nope.
Are you some kind of merchant? You don't seem to have any wares.
More of an explorer.
But you send other people to do your exploring.
All right, more of an opportunist. Girl. Nora girl. Huntress. We live in a world of opportunities. Risky opportunities. But why should risk stand in the way of a lucrative prospect for the life?
What can you tell me about the Banuk?
The Banuk women. Snow witches all. Cold eyes, cold... They choose to live up there in Ban-Ur, in the ice. Trying to have a conversation, it's like chipping them out of the stuff. They prefer machines for company. That's why I'm putting my shards on this rumor.
Then they might not want outsiders to know about this place.
Well,
mystic act.
one
No
outsider
care for
will
possessions,
discover
for luxuries,
the cut.
Pile of slag. Those people bargain harder than the winter frost.
If I did look into your rumor...
You won't need to climb up the shoulders of the world for it. It's on the edge of Banuk land, beneath the anvil of the moon. And you look like you know your way around the savage east.
Well,
the east.
she lived in the east,
If
well,
it's true they walk
outside the
among
tribe
chiefs
over the
without
years.
fear in this camp. Well, you can't miss that, can you? Payment on return.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative...
Okay. Here's the Hunter's Lodge.
You need to win 3 half-suns at our hunting grounds to gain admittance to the lodge.
You mean these?
Very well then. Congratulations, and welcome. Our members reap rewards and adventure and live on in legend.
Am I a member now?
No, you're only a fledgling. Junior members are called thrushes. To join and become a thrush, you need a senior member called a hawk to sponsor you.
So I need to find a hawk.
Yes, but a hawk can only sponsor 1 hunter at a time, and I'm afraid most of them already have one.
I've overcome worse odds. Where do I start?
Upstairs, present yourself to the Sunhawk Assis, our leader, who should introduce you to a hawk. I hope it's worth it.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Alrighty then. I'll go and talk to Assis. This is the Hunter's Lodge.
You missed 4 times already.
Okay. Record of Redmaw 1. The record of Redmaw, by inquiring Jundinamon, historian in residence at the Hunter's Lodge. It is well known that facts recede into fictions as they become memories, and fresh facts themselves are ephemeral among the rumors and legends of the South. This is especially true in the case of Redmaw, the most terrible of Thunderjaws, a machine which is nothing if not legendary. Few have laid eyes upon it, have survived, and among them even fewer than can be trusted not to embellish their tales. All that said, here I have endeavored to truthfully chronicle all the calamities attributed to the beast, and all the expeditions meant to end such calamities once and for all. None have succeeded, as of this writing the terror of the South still roams free, scarred perhaps, but deadly as the day the sun first shone upon its armored hide. In the early spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, a freehold was destroyed. Cannon rounds, one flattened completely. No witnesses survived, though never proven. This is widely thought to be Redmaw's first attack. In the late spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 4 hunters set out from Sunstone Rock to track the machine or machines responsible for the destruction of the freehold. None returned. Their bodies were subsequently found in the south, 3 blasted, 1 stomped. Never proven, but thought to be Redmaw's work. In the early summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 6 mercenaries set out from Meridian to track the machine or machines responsible for the losses described above. 1 returned, ribs crushed, clavicle fractured, He spoke of a thunderjaw which split a man in half with a single bite. This is the first confirmed sighting of the legendary machine, and the one which gave it a name. In the late summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 8 set from Meridian to track Redmaw. None returned. 6 bodies were found near the Blackwing Snag. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 swallowed his own tongue, evidently in a spasm of terror, suffocating. In the autumn of the 18th year of his reign, the Sun King Jiran commanded the Hunter's Lodge to send an expedition south in pursuit of Redmaw. After numerous logistical delays, 3 hawks and their thrushes set out in winter. Only 1 pair returned, reporting the deaths of the others. 2 blasted, 1 stomped, 1 decapitated. The survivors were sacrificed for cowardice. 1 gutted by a sawtooth, the other skewered by kestrels. After this setback, members of the lodge grew wary of pursuing the legendary Thunderjaw. Only the proudest hawks ever even considered it. Aspirants to the lodge, however, foolish in their ambition, eagerly took part in subsequent hunts. In the summer of the 19th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, the destruction of a caravan south of the Spurflints, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 1 immolated, reignited interest in Redmaw. 3 expeditions totaling 15 mercenaries went after the machine, with only 3 survivors, 9 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 liquefied. In the early spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, a cohort of 12 soldiers, headed from the rain gathers to the Elite, were set upon by the beast. Only 1 survived, 1 blasted, 1 stomped, 10 crushed when the fleeting footsteps triggered an avalanche. In the late spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, 3 cohorts totaling 34 men went in search of Redmaw. Alas, they were ambushed by stalkers, and only 4 survived. 24 sniped, 6 exploded. Understandably, this ended pursuit of Redmaw for some time. In the summer of the first year of the reign of the Sun King Avad, a group of 6 Oseram traders were attacked by the beast. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 split into a ravine. The lone survivor petitioned Captain Ursa to send the vanguard after the monster, but the request was denied. However, 3 additional expeditions, comprised of mercenaries and hunters aspiring to the lodge, were subsequently commissioned. Autumn. 7 men, 2 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 tripped on his own spear, 1 survivor. Winter. 9 men, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 2 died from frostbite, 2 survivors. Spring. 11 men, 5 blasted, 1 stomped, 3 quote-unquote retreated off a cliff, and 2 survivors. The last known sighting of Redmaw occurred in the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Avad. Tarkus, Hawk of the Lodge, got word of a sighting near Thunderhead, and set off to take the beast on his own. His thrush, Talana, arrived at the scene too late, just as Tarkus was dying of his wounds, multiple perforations. Talana testified that as Redmaw lumbered off through the trees, she could see the spear of her mentor embedded in its hide. That is one tough Thunderjaw. Okay. Bylaws of the Lodge. Bylaws of the Hunter's Lodge. Section 1. Preamble. 1-1. The hunt is the noblest pursuit of in the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and his Sun Priest. The hunt is strength, the hunt is honor. The hunt protects, the hunt preserves. 1.2. What is the hunt but competition? What is competition without rank, honor, and victor? 1.3. The Lodge lends law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. 1.4. Thus the Lodge is not just its members and not just its house and meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, an ideal to be lived. 1.5. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males of pure blood may honor the Lodge and tread in its house. 1.6. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Section 2. Membership. 2.1. No hunter shall gain admittance to the Lodge without 3 half-sons, one with honor at any hunting grounds. See Section 5 below. There are 2 classes of member, Hawk being senior, Thrush being junior. 2.3. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through the sponsorship of a Hawk. Each Hawk may sponsor only 1 Thrush. 2.4. There can only be 7 Hawks. A Thrush can only become a Hawk through the death of his sponsor. 2.5. The Hawk who hunts the greatest prey shall become Sun Hawk and lead the Lodge. 2.6. In the event the quality of prey is in dispute, the Hawk who hunted first shall remain first, as Sun Hawk. 2.7. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush, Hawk, or Sun Hawk. 2.8. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 7 of Section 2 is hereby rescinded. Section 3. Proof of the Hunt. 3.1. The greatest hunt often bears no witness. Therefore, a trophy must be kept. A trophy may be submitted to the Sun Hawk as proof of a victorious hunt. 3.3. A trophy must be intact, undamaged, and from a recent hunt. 3.4. The Sun Hawk shall have final authority in any dispute over a trophy's worth. 3.5. Only Karja males of pure blood may submit a trophy to the Sun Hawk. 3.6. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 3 is hereby rescinded. Section 4. To protect and preserve. 4.1. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed by the sun. 4.2. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any reasonable hunt asked of them, if it serves to protect the citizens of the Sundom. 4.3. The Sun Hawk has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom. 4.4. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sun Hawk. 4.5. Only Karja males of pure blood may undertake a hunt in the name of the Lodge, be it for the protection of the Sundom or any other reason. 4.6. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 4 is hereby rescinded. Section 5. Hunting Grounds. 5.1. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunters, the Lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. 5.2. Each hunting ground shall test a different range of skill through 3 trials crafted by its keeper in consultation with the Sunhawk. 5.3. There shall be 3 rewards for each trial in ascending order of performance: half sun, full sun, blazing sun. 5.4. Hunters who prove themselves by winning the requisite number of suns may be entitled to special gear at the lodge, at the discretion of the Sunhawk. 5.5. The lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities and hunting grounds. 5.6. The lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. 5.7. Any profits received from the hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. 5.8. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sunhawk and serve for a term of 7 years. 5.9. Only Karja males of pure blood may be appointed keeper. 5.10. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 9 of Section 5 is hereby rescinded. There we go. Another glyph. Another day, another glyph. Hunts. Legendary hunts of the lodge. In the summer of the 4th year of the reign of the Sun King Marzid, did Farukawas, Sunhawk of the lodge, behold a herd of grazers, so vast that it filled the entire vale below the far back. His bow was a harp that day, strumming the melody of the hunt, from noon to twilight. After one could not walk a single step across the glen without tripping on an antler of the fallen. It took all 7 hawks and all 7 thrushes to gather the trophies. And with the bounty from their barter, the last wing of the lodge was raised. In the winter of the 7th year of the reign of the Sun King Hebus, did Darusif, Hawk of the Lodge, stalk a herd of tramplers from Sandwhisper Valley to the foothills of the Pale Reach. Bombs from his sling fell as hailstones, freezing his prey and the waters of the ford. While the others stood as statues in ice, Hebus set upon the largest, driving his spear between its plates and taking his trophy before the rest could even stir. In the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Kuvam, Hawk of the Lodge, answer a call from the prefect at the Daytower to slay the mysterious creature who ripped his best cohort limb from limb. 4 days and 4 nights he tracked his quarry through the savage east before the brute was revealed. Strong as a snapjaw, fast as a strider, from twilight to twilight the battle raged. But Kuvam prevailed at great cost, his left arm chewed ragged at the joint. Thus he named the beast Sawtooth, as he took his trophy from its shattered remains. In the autumn of the 8th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew ever more deranged, did Galadid, Hawk of the Lodge, follow the shimmering death haunting the southern freeholds into the jungles of the Jewel. Under that tangled canopy the hunter became the hunted, glimpsing in the shadows more of the eerie lights, till he was surrounded by machines he named stalkers. Long was his flight through the undergrowth to the safety of the alight, but along the way he turned his bow to his pursuers, and became the first to snare a trophy from which walks in glinting shadow. In the summer of the 13th year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds ever grew more deranged, did Assis, Hawk of the Lodge, dare to tread the path of broken trees, following the wake of the terrible thing that laid waste to the freehold of Morning Light. And so he was first to face the might of the Thunderjaw, greatest of machines that walk the earth. With spear, bomb, and arrow, brave Assis fought to no avail, and only triumphed by turning the Terror's own cannons against it. The carcass of the beast now hangs in the lodge for all to see, so enshrined because its fall turned Hawk to Sunhawk. I'll be back. And I'm back. Let's talk to Assis, who's actually a total douchebag. Come on, there you are.
Excuse us. The machine rider graces us with her presence. You're a Nora, are you not? A fighter from the savage lands.
The sacred land, but yes. I fought for everything I got.
Huh. Tell me, do the Nora often wander into other people's homes and do whatever they like?
Of course not.
But that is what you're doing, right now. Stinking up our lodge, pestering your betters.
You're hardly my better. Legan said I had to meet you to become a member.
That would be true if there were any chance of you becoming a member. But you're a savage. And no savage will rise in the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge while I am the Sun Hawk. Now be gone.
No. I was led to believe there are rules here. If they count for nothing, then even your position is meaningless. So quit blustering and tell me. Is there a hawk who is free to sponsor me?
Very well. Talana is free. Wouldn't that be fitting? Trash sponsoring trash. Now get out of my sight.
Gotta talk to Talana.
You're Talana? Assis said you were a hawk without a fledgling to sponsor. Or are you trying to drive me off too? It's okay, I've dealt with worse.
I'll bet you have. But you're wrong. It's not okay. Especially not today.
What happened today?
One of our own just died fighting Redmaw. You'll never face a more dangerous Thunderjaw. Cuts through trees, rocks, people.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's part of the hunt.
Is there any actual hunting in this lodge? So far, it's been all talk.
Yes, of course. You fight a machine, then bring its trophy to Assis the Sunhawk, then no one can deny you brought it down.
Assis, what's his story?
He's the Sunhawk of the Lodge. The highest ranking asshole... Sorry, member. He's taken down Ravagers, Stalkers, Behemoths.
So, I've taken down a lot of machines.
As have I. Even brought down 2 Stormbirds. But he's a hawk who brought in the trophies first. And that's how it works. Whichever hawk defeats the greatest machine first becomes the Sunhawk.
How does one become a hawk?
When a hawk dies, his thrush is promoted in his place, no matter how anyone feels about it.
Who is this Legan, the man at the door?
Legan? He's a hawk. He had an impressive run in his day, but he doesn't fight anymore. He supports the lodge in other ways. Unlike the other hawks, who hoard all the best kills and drink the bar dry.
I'm ready to hunt. So tell me, what do I have to do?
You want them to regret looking down on you? Then speak to them in their language. Kill 3 Sawtooths, 2 Ravagers, and a Stalker. Deliver their trophies directly to Assis. That should shut them all up.
So if I do that, you'll sponsor me?
I'll consider it. Just to make Assis boil.
She's not... I guess... She's not happy with the cease. And right across is the... Oh.
That must be the spire. It's huge.
Excuse me.
They fought those rebels in Sunfall to a standstill. Why won't the Sun King finish them for good?
This is the infamous sun ring.
So the Oseram can make a few trinkets and toys. So
Found you!
Still need a Karja hand to guide.
Irid. Didn't want to startle you.
Oh, yes. I heard of the tragedy that befell your tribe. The sun hung low that day as we traveled back.
So, this is the Temple of the Sun Priests.
Where we offer our daily prayers for balance. I'm afraid only Karja can participate, but you are welcome to observe.
Don't worry, I'm used to it. What are these prayers?
To recognize the sun is to recognize we live in renewal. By its rise and fall, we determine what to take up and what to set aside. Offered to its pure heat, the skin peels, and old time is burned away. We treasure the blisters.
That sounds painful.
Well, there is no glory without sacrifice.
The temple looks out on the tower across the valley. Why?
Ah, that's the spire, guiding us forever skyward, gleaming with the rays
And
of
that
the
spire
sun at noon. It is said that
is
the
a
spire's
conduit,
shadow lay across
which you'll
this mesa
know
when
more
our
about
ancestors
later on
came
in
to
the game.
valley, searching for a home. Thus, sun and spire joined, showing the Karja where to build the dawn of Meridian.
And I'll talk to
Always
the mournful
illuminating,
Naman.
There is a matter not officially sanctioned that someone of your boldness.
You don't have to squirm, Irid. Let's hear it.
One of our brethren, my friend Naman, has stepped from the sun's light in protest. I've supported his efforts as much as I can, but would you speak with him in the sun ring?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Okay. Pardon me. The Sun Faith. Seven articles of the Sun Faith. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as Akarja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly, and without question. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman, the founder, is the speaker of the sun. To him, the sun's desires are revealed. From his lips, its desires are acted upon by men. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. 3. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it, so it might burn our sins away. We partake in its renewal. We wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the crackling and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. 4. In the sun's light, we shall speak only in truth. We shall strike only in righteousness, and we shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune. We shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept there will be stillness, and death, and endings, until dawn comes once more. We do this Because there are two halves in nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole of things. 5. As twilight came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight come again. For this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief, and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. 6. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Carja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated as the mark of its founding. A Sun King, born of the radiant line, shall always sit upon its throne. For without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded. For either of these to be denied is to invite a twilight time upon us. 7. Clearly the Carja are the children of the sun, and preeminent in its gaze. But so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes of the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. So determined, it is the duty of the Carja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach. Now, basically, you'll find it. Basically, Meridian is in Utah.
You're Nora. I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Carja owe me nothing.
I see.
Well, the Eclipse were responsible for killing most of the contestants in approving.
I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Carja rituals to Carja stone. But there are obstacles. And while Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram, who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, called the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glint hawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No. But it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in his arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end, he said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. So we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
And?
Don't look to me for help. My duty is to guard.
I know. And now, one more side quest. It's gonna be a cluster of everything. Okay. Let's sell some metal burn. Sell some of these. Ah, good for crafting. Shadow Hunter bow, huh? Shadow sharp shot.
This'll come in handy.
Okay. Okay.
You there! Can you help me?
I'll
with
help
the
you,
second
dude.
sight I need? You're the one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight. If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. Made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service. He was killed in battle during the liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who's stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him. And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
Alright.
You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall, you see? Wasn't expecting someone to crawl out the window. He ran past me, dressed in gray, clutching the sword. That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly seized up.
Okay.
The thief broke the lattice on the drops of blood bleeding away.
Okay.
More blood. I'm still on the trail. Still more blood. The thief got cut. The trail ends here. But someone must have seen the thief. Did someone run past here, holding a sword?
Sure did. He grabbed some linen off the stand here and took off down the stairs behind you. He was bleeding, so maybe he needed a binding. Blast it! That was expensive cloth. I can't believe I paid for that thief's bandage.
Well...
Got my wages. Again.
If the thief came this way, there's only one way he could have gone. Forward. No sign of the thief. Someone must have seen him go by. Did you see anyone run through here? He would have been holding a sword.
Yeah. Almost crashed into me, too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
He wasn't carrying anything.
Not a damn thing. Just ran like his ass was on fire.
The thief must have ditched the sword. But where? Maybe he had help. That merchant stall would have been a convenient drop-off. It looks like the thief got away, but without the sword. I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere. Like here, for instance?
What? No. I had nothing to do with this.
I guess we'll see when I get the city guard to toss your stall and question your customers.
Hold on. There's more to this. You've got a reputation for shining light in the darkness, so I know you'll listen. You're right. The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else. It's going to be sold, but not for profit. The shards will go to people in need.
You expect me to believe that?
I can prove it. Meet my friends at the watermill in the lower village. They'll explain everything. If they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I'd find you. But all right. I'll check out the watermill. Okay. Guess I should go to this watermill then to find out what's going on.
Okay.
You may dress a bit too fancy. I'd easily have placed this sign.
Elevators. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh boy. Okay, elevator. It's a nice marvel of the elevator that's used in Meridian. Then going down to your death, which is, I prefer the elevator. Going down. And you'll be towards the maze village. Well, Meridian village.
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road.
Would you like to buy something today? Don't pass up these goods. Machines are bandits'
Don't
treasure.
pass up these goods.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
Buy what you wear. Leave the rest.
I've got all the best goods here.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
Won't cost you a shard. Would you like to buy something today?
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the
Fine
road.
goods for a fair price. I once caught a glimpse of
Fine
Redmaw.
goods for a
Thunder
fair
drawing
price.
Scars from countless battles.
Okay.
Like what I have for sale. I would need. Leave the rest. The long
Metal bot here, good prices, fair prices.
Well.
Just a look.
I've got all the
These goods. I've got all the best goods here. Take a look at those savages I don't like. Would you like to buy something today? Yep.
And now we have the bickering merchants.
Fairest prices for machine parts under the mesa. No tithes to the Sun Court. Not like those greedy snarls upside.
She's not interested in taxes.
I know what she's not interested in. As I was saying, no better offer for Snapmaw lenses. I'd give my oath on it.
By the sun, don't start spitting in your palm. Huntress, I apologize on behalf of my partner. Silent partner.
Silent partner.
If the sun would only grant my prayers. Never mind Snapmaw lenses, Huntress. There's no market for those. A long leg lens, though, you'd be well rewarded for.
Hello?
I've told you as many times as the spire is tall.
The Ostrom are always burly,
who we are.
with hairy
Craft doesn't
everything.
win a war or keep the machines from your farms. What you need is good old-fashioned plain...
Oh yes, old-fashioned plain hammered work. If ever something glittered, you'd throw it back.
If Karja had built that elevator, they would have stopped at a good-looking shaft.
All those years of delving, and you never found a sense of humor.
So which
No market for a snap maw lens. It's good, strong stuff. You can have
I don't have
anything.
I don't have a snap maw
Where do you
lens.
think we are? Some trading post with sawdust on the floor? This is Meridian. We have culture.
I know culture. Just the other day I was watching the hunting trials.
Oh, great sun, lend me the strength of midday.
The sun's baked your head if you think we'll shift long leg lenses at a time like this.
Ah.
Enough!
Well?
They're a blunt people, the Nora.
Why do you two even work together if you can't agree on anything?
It's a symbolic gesture.
No tithes to the Sun Court. Like I said in the beginning, Renine.
Just tell me which part you want.
A long leg lens.
A snap maw lens.
Fine. I can see that you're busy.
Wait. You drove her off. Snap maw lens. What do you say?
I drove her off? That's rich. Listen, Huntress. Long leg lens.
Hunters, scroungers.
Alright then.
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
Well, I found a long leg lens, but I have to get a snap maw lens. Ooh.
I wouldn't say agree.
I don't complain
I'll
about
look for.
counting, other than it takes too long.
Well.
Cost you a shard just to look.
Okay.
These aren't goods. They're necessities. The shadow cards would know them well.
My family
Alright.
might still be alive, and you're going to stand here and do nothing?
Tell me what happened to your family. Maybe I can help.
By the sun, I fear they are all dead by now. I barely escaped alive. Machines. Vicious machines attacked my family's estate. Father sent me to get help.
What kind of machines? Where did they come from?
A Ravager. By the sun,
There's
I
one
cut down
Ravager
those
I can
guards,
take
and a
out.
pack of Watchers came with it. The Sun King warned us that he could no longer protect freeholds beyond the valley, but Father never saw this coming.
Tell me more about the estate.
My father owns a dozen quarries, and he's put his spoils into the estate. Fine tapestries, custom woodwork, silver fixtures.
But what about the people there?
Of course. Their lives are all that matter. My father and sister, us, a dozen guards and servants. I hope they survived.
I'll see what I can do about the estate.
You will? Oh, thank you. Oh, please, be careful. Those machines are deadly.
I got my hands full.
Girl applied to the city guard the other day. Amazing.
It's on to me.
Striders. And there's another flower up there. I'll be back. Hey baby, what you doing? Minnie.
Can smell the new day on the wind.
I gotta climb up there. Another flower. It's a Mark IIIe. Code fragment downloaded. Function true. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness. Close bosom friend of the maturing sun. Conspiring with him how to load and bless. With the fruit the vines that round the thatched eaves run. To bend with apples the mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd, and plump the hazel shells, with a sweet kernel to set budding more, and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease. Function true. Okay.
Saving these for the trail.
And I gotta hunt a stalker. Lance sword.
Looks like we're introduced.
There you are.
like what I have for sale, I promise. Buy what you need.
Find goods for a fair price. Come take a look. I'll give you a good price. You're looking well.
Better dry it good after. Wouldn't want anyone to see.
And I'm in the Royal Mazelands.
Avad's peace has brought prosperity back to the Sundom.
Any work done under the sun warms you through the night.
Never know when I might need these.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I know those things will be coming.
You're going down.
Got it.
Lucky me. This must be the sun's climb, where the Bannock wants to paint his mark. Good for an old run. Ready.
And I'm going up the hill. Oh, there'll be glint hawks.
This is where it ends. Okay, Aloy, now what?
call. Got it.
It's good to be free of the city.
Okay, Banuk.
You are a better hunter than I. I'll paint the mark while the spirits of the Glinthawks linger.
There'll be more where they came from.
Yes, there will always be more machines. Their spirits find new bodies, but we only last as long as memory. That's why I must leave this story. A monument to our vanished shamans, to the wisdom the Karja bled from us. The machine oil in the paint will preserve it. Preserve their memory against all that was cut away.
And
you have
one down, 2 more to go. Don't be an ass. Okay.
Nice. To a good hunt.
Yep. Glinthawks are also one of the worst in the bunch. Hey, you even got one of those flowers. Metal flower. And it's a Mark III I. Code fragment downloaded. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 I saw at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Function true. Okay. Okay. Chargers.
Made them soon enough. scanning for me.
Oh, you... And we're going to that Utaru shrine. You'll see more of the Utaru in the upcoming Forbidden West, which won't be out until February of next year. That will be... And there's the lake shrine. Ah, snap maws. There's one there.
This is where the Utaru wanted to say her goodbye. Low and quiet does it.
What? Jaeger!
Okay, they're heading back. Here's good. Just stay out of their way for now. You're not gonna like this.
One down, one to go. Back to your business. Red light means trouble.
over. Fight's on.
Got a snap maul lens. Now we'll meet that.
When we fled from our cages during the liberation, I tore through this clearing, thinking my friend was behind me. I kept running, but here she remains. Thank you for making it safe for me to return.
I don't want to rush you, but it won't stay safe for long.
I understand. I've done this before in waking dreams. In the pool, I'll find the bracelet of seeds she dropped when she fell. The seeds will be split, escaped, grown wild. She's passing from my memory into the